Welcome to East-West Horizon. This is Sylvia Tian. Former Democratic Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard was once a rising star in progressive politics. But after years of clashing with various parts of the left on numerous issues and becoming a guest host on Fox News, she officially quitted the Democratic Party on Tuesday. Like a thunder, she announced her withdrawal from the Democratic Party in a high-profile manner and called on more people to quit the party and stay away from the self-interested political elites in that party.
I can no longer remain in today's Democratic Party that's under the complete control of an elitist cabal of warmongers who are driven by cowardly wokeness, who divide us by racializing every issue and stoking anti-white racism, who actively work to undermine our God-given freedoms that are enshrined in our Constitution, who are hostile to people of faith and spirituality, who demonize the police but protect criminals at the expense of law-abiding Americans, who believe in open borders, who weaponize the national security state to go after their political opponents, and above all, who are dragging us ever closer to nuclear war. Now, I believe in a government that's of the people, by the people, and for the people. Unfortunately, today's Democratic Party does not. Instead, it stands for a government that is of, by, and for the powerful elite. Now, I'm calling on my fellow common sense, independent-minded Democrats to join me in leaving the Democratic Party. If you can no longer stomach the direction that the so-called woke Democratic Party ideologues are taking our country, then I invite you to join me.
She sharply analyzed the essence of the current Democratic Party. She described the current party with shocking labels such as warmongers, dividing the American people, protecting criminals, restricting freedom of speech, restricting religious freedom, and abandoning the legal system. As the U.S. midterm election approached, when the Democratic Party is mired in inflation, war, and electoral crisis, her quitting is like a nuclear explosion from within the leftists. She said the Democratic Party is deteriorated and called on more Democrats to quit the party. It created a resounding October thunder for the U.S. midterm elections this year. She expressed her opinion on different social media platforms. Half of conservatives and swing voters may agree with her. The United States today is definitely not a place that the original American dream is fulfilled. Many believe that America has changed from the inside out since Obama took office. Below is part of Gabbard's interview with Tucker Carlson, a prominent conservative host on Fox News.
Tulsi Gabbard, thank you so much for coming on. That was quite a statement. I'm listening to this and I'm thinking, we have Republicans on the show from time to time. They don't put it as clearly and bravely as you do. So how do you feel? I mean, you've been in this party a long time. You were its future. You left. I mean, this has got to be kind of a fraught moment for you.
And, Tucker, as you know, I've always been an independent-minded person, a Democrat, yes, but an independent Democrat. And my loyalties are very clear. I love our country. And I took an oath, both as a service member, as a soldier, as well as a member of Congress, to support and defend the Constitution. And that's an oath that I take extremely seriously. And so when you look at this party, today's Democratic Party, it's controlled by fanatical ideologues who hate freedom. They despise the Constitution. They actively find ways to undermine our God-given rights enshrined in the Constitution, like freedom of speech. If you say something and I say something that they don't like, instead of saying, you know what, agree to disagree, live and let live in the traditional liberalist kind of way, no. That's not good enough. They will do all that they can to destroy you, silence you, smear you, work with big tech, work with corporate media to actively destroy anyone who dares to even question their agenda. They are against freedom of religion. They are hostile towards people of faith, people who have their own spiritual practice, especially Christians, finding ways to be vindictive, to discriminate, to punish people who happen to exercise that freedom of religion. The list goes on, but the foundation of freedom is really what was at the heart of my making this decision, that I cannot be a member of a party that is against freedom and actively trying to undermine it.
What follows is some of the video contents that Gabbard broadcasted on her own social platform.
The Democratic Party of the past, the Democratic Party that I joined, doesn't exist anymore. The party that was, the party of JFK, of Dr. Martin Luther King, the party of inclusivity, the Big Tent party that welcomed and encouraged this marketplace of ideas and conversations and people who held different views, the party of, that championed women and equality and the rights of people in our society. That party it doesn't exist anymore. And instead we have a party that's being led by people who have gone insane with this ideological fanaticism.
Her eloquent, precise, and sharp words are pretty impressive. Fox TV host Tucker Carlson said, "Many Republicans are afraid to be so clear and courageous in debating with leftists, fearing that they will be attacked personally." Asian immigrants who love their children, love their families, need a safe and free market economy and freedom of speech. Those people may resonate with Gabbard on many points. Many voters said that they did not leave the Democratic Party themselves, but rather that the current Democratic Party has gone too far left, leaving most voters who want to solve the problems of dining table, job opportunity, children's education, and a safe daily life on their right. If electoral fraud can be avoided, the result of this year's midterm elections are expected to have many highlights. Well, that's all for today. Please like and subscribe to American Chinese Media Network. More exciting programs are waiting for you to discover. See you next time.